Welcome to another edition of the Columbia College Coaches Show here on Mediacom Channel 22. My name is Cosmo with head coach Melinda Washington from the number 7 ranked Columbia College volleyball team. Congratulations on inching up a spot in the poll.
Thank you. We're excited. We're excited about a good ranking and getting some publicity out of that ranking. So.
Most definitely, yeah. Hanging there at 8 for a couple weeks in a row, and then with some good solid run in conference play, now up to number 7 with just 2 losses on the year. 7-0 perfect record right now in conference play after your performance in Park, 3-0 win over Park. Tell us a little bit about that match in Kansas City.
It was a great match. You know, we showed up, we were a little lethargic at first, just starting out. We've done some legs this week and some extra work with some of our players, and we looked a little leg tired at first, but we came out and served well. We executed well. We traded points with them for about 7 points at the front end of the match, which I didn't like that a lot, but you know, once we adjusted to their play, and I thought our middles made some great adjustments. Trinity Ojo had 5 blocks on the night and did a nice job of our outsides taking care of out-of-system balls this time, and so I thought it was a good match and a good win for us.
Now the Cougars get 7-0 in conference play. Before that match, another conference match at home, which you celebrated a milestone. We'll get into that a little bit later here on the show, but that was another one against a rival with William Woods, and that was one where I know it wasn't the outcome was what you wanted, the 3-0 win, but it wasn't exactly the performance you were hoping for as well on the floor.
Right. You know, we're taking this stretch to do a lot of conditioning right now. We're really working legs on our hitters and working on our weaknesses right now with physical conditioning. And I think that it's taken a toll a little bit in matches. You know, we did a lot of arms this week early and had some serving errors in that William Woods match that were atypical, I would say. You know, but those are things we need to learn to play with. We're going to be sore, we're going to be tired at nationals, and those are things we need to be able to work through. And this is a great stretch through our conference play where we have, you know, multiple days off where we can really hit conditioning and strength right now.
It's key. We've talked about it before on the show with the volleyball team. It's a marathon, not a sprint, especially when you start talking about getting to that national tournament. Once you get there, so many matches crammed into such little time as far as number of days versus number of matches, and you got to be prepared and ready for everything.
Right, you know, and it's important to find your weaknesses early. I know I've talked about that before, but we have a lot of short-term goals, but we also have long-term goals, and you know, you accomplish your long-term goals with your short-term goals. So we have to attack each match that we play, but at the same time, we have to be focused down the road on what we want to be good at the end of the year. And you know, our goal is to win the conference championship, right. But beyond that, that's not our main goal. Our main goal is to win the national championship. And you know, each smaller goal leads to that bigger goal, and I think that that's where our focus needs to be.
A couple top 25 teams are coming to Southwell Complex here this week on Friday. And talk a little bit about those two teams, number 23 and number 24 in the country that you play on Friday for an 8 o'clock match.
A couple of really good teams. You know, C of O is fairly close. It's in Missouri, but we don't see them a lot. We haven't played them in the past, and they're a big, strong team with a couple of very athletic outside hitters, and they've been winning some matches. They took over the first place spot in their conference this week for the first time in years, and beating Bellevue out of Nebraska, who's typically a strong team. College of St. Mary is also there. So this is the first time in a long time that they've been one in that conference, and they earned themselves a ranking. So they're going to be a really good team. Carroll is out of Montana and has played a lot of the top 20 teams, a lot of the top 10 teams, both in the California region and up in their region. So they come from a strong conference, so they're going to be able to sustain a high level of play. We're going to need to come in and sustain our level of play well and be prepared.
That's 2 matches in the same day, 4 and an 8 o'clock. Another back to the conditioning discussion, and you're talking high level of opponents at 25 or 23, 24, wherever they're at in the poll when they come here on Friday. And after that, back into some conference play with Harris Stowe on Monday, and then Tuesday night we've got our Cougar Chat event. It'll be yourself and Coach John Klein together out at Shiloh, and we'll talk about a little more on that coming up. If you want to get involved in that, we've got some information for you on how you can join our fall sports coaches, Coach Washington and Coach Klein, at a cool event going on Shiloh Bar and Grill in Columbia coming up on Tuesday, October the 12th. More with head coach Washington. Talked about that milestone moment in her career with Columbia College. We'll talk about that next, and our player guests coming your way too. It's the Columbia College Coaches Show on Mediacom Channel 22.